Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth and we're back on this material. And no, this is not done one. So, they recently, as in yesterday, dropped a new update, and included in that update is a new hobby. Well, after years and years of only having the fishing hobby, of course, we have to take a look at the new one.
How can I
So,
be of service?
let's talk to the hobby master. He says, have you always wondered what birds would call these lands theirs? From snowy mountaintops to the lowest wetlands, there are many birds ready to be discovered. With the birding hobby, you can explore the lands to record which birds can be found in the various regions. Equip your birding kit and travel to any region scouted for birds by Middle Earth explorers. When you arrive, you can begin to search for birds using your birding action button. You'll have several opportunities to spot birds with each attempt and will need to press your birding action button again each time you catch sight of a possible bird. In parentheses, when the spyglass is held up to your eye. For each time you successfully press the birding action button during these windows, you will open yourself to finding a rare bird from that region. Keep looking for birds until you have found all the birds of each region. Just be aware that after a while of attempts in one region, the birds will have grown wary of your presence, and you will need to come back later to be able to spot more birds in that area. Each successful bird you have spotted will be recorded in the birding section of your collections panel, so go out and spot them all. And it says you have to have a minimum level of 5 to start doing this. And the current regions scouted, in my case, are Forest Shell, Angler, Eric Lewin, Ebendom, North Downs, Misty Mountains, the Shire, Breland, Lonelands, Cartland, Trollshaws, Swansfleet, Aragion, Inadwaith, and Dunland. So pretty much a big portion of the map. I noticed they don't list Moria in here. Let's see, what else don't I see in here? Lothlorien's not in here. Mirkwood's not in here. But let's go ahead and train this new skill. All right, now they have a basics of birding, which pretty much repeats everything he just told us. And we have a basic birding kit. There's a sturdy journal paired with a polished spyglass, perfect for spotting birds and keeping track of those you have seen. All right, so we equip that, and that replaces our weapon. So this is one thing, if you're doing this, you have to remember to switch back to your weapon when you're done. Now go over here to the character panel, go under hobby, and we need to find a place to tuck this. So let's go ahead and unlock our quick slot bar. And move this over. Oh yeah, and while I was cleaning up everything, I realized there are a lot of skills that I have that I have not been using. We'll put that right there. But we'll talk about the runkeeper skills that I've been neglecting later. All right, so let's head out. Now, I have to admit, this is an interesting idea for a new hobby. I mean, we've been asking for a new hobby for ages. I wasn't expecting it to be bird watching, though. I was kind of actually hoping for a hobby that would let you create housing items. That would have been fun. But this is what they chose. So let's see how it works. So we've equipped our spyglass, and we put the skill on the hotbar. All right, so we are out in the world. Let's find a good spot that looks like it might be good for a little bird watching, shall we? Well, here's a nice copse of trees. So let's get off our horse here. Seems like if we're going to find birds, It's going to be near trees, right? All right. Okay, so we are doing a bird call. Okay, so hit the button again. The animation for the bird calling is kind of nice. And it looks like we have found something. We have found a jackdaw. All right, so it said it was in the collections panel. And that is under birds. It looks like there is going to be a lot of birds to find. Okay, here's our jackdaw. Jackdaw class, tree. Subclass, perching. Type, crow. Found in Breland and the lowlands. Habitat, fields, woods, and villages. Okay. So, if we click on discovered, we'll only see what we've discovered, which is probably better since there are apparently 214 birds to find. All right. Now, looks like there are birds in different regions because it said this one was in Breland and the lowlands, I believe. But I have to admit, it's not very interactive. For a hobby, I kind of was expecting more. You know, I was kind of expecting to have to actually look around with the spyglass, actually move the character around as you're holding the spyglass to hopefully spot the bird. But I wasn't even able to move while I was doing that. Not even to turn left and right. So that was kind of a weird choice. Also, it doesn't look like you actually see a bird. Let me try that again to make sure. But I did not actually see a bird. She just kind of fist pumped the air. And that's how I knew she'd found one. Alright, here's another spot that looks good. Let's try this again. The animation for the bird calling is nice. I do like that they gave us the collection book and a little information about the birds we find. That's nice. And now we have found the red-breast robin. All right, let's go take a look at that one. And the red-breast robin is a tree bird, perching. It's a thrush. It is found in the Shire and Breland. Its habitat is woods, scrub, and garden. Like I said, I like that part. I like that they tell us a little bit about the bird we found. But again, I did not see a bird, which is kind of too bad because I would like to at least be able to see what I'm finding. So it would be nice if you spotted a bird, it briefly showed you an image of the bird through your spyglass. I don't know. And I'm wondering if it's easier to find certain birds if you're standing within one of their potential habitats. So, for example, like it said, the jackdaw can be found in fields, woods, and villages. So if you are in a field or woods or a village, you have a higher chance of finding the jackdaw than, say, if you weren't. That's something I'd like to know. And let's see. Do we see... Oh, hold on a second. Darn it. Okay. Somebody had asked me if I was after a chisel, but I didn't see the message until way too late, and they're already offline. Oh well. Yeah, my Roomkeeper chisel is way outdated. And I was trying to find somebody who could make one. Unfortunately, I missed the message, so I guess I'm SOL for now. Alright, let's try this here. We are near water. I wonder if we're going to find any water birds. Okay. I want to take a look at the animations, especially the spyglass animation. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. She is holding a spyglass, and she failed that time. She did not find anything. All right. So there is a chance at failing. Oh, there's the fishing hobby. I should put the birding one right next to it. Okay, let me move the track mines. I'll put birding over next to fishing. Makes more sense. Alright, let's try over here. I can actually hear birds. I've always said we could hear the birds in the game. Alright. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the fishing. It's kind of the same general mechanic. You hit the skill button. Okay, it looks like I have collected a swift this time, and my birding proficiency has increased to 3. Yeah, very similar mechanics to fishing. You hit the button, you wait for some signs of something going on, you hit the button again, you level the skill up. I'm assuming the higher level you get, the better chance you have at finding rare birds. That'd be my guess. All right, here we have the swift. It is a class tree, subclass perching, type swift, found in Breland and the Lonelands, habitats, open spaces, and villages. Okay, I guess this is a relatively open space, so maybe the whole being in an area they might be found is, I don't know, possible? Let's find something a little different, shall we? So we've been around trees, we've been around water, we've been in open spaces. I wonder if you find something different in ruins. There's some ruins right over there we can go try. All right, well, let's stand here among all these animals that are ignoring us. And I noticed that there was some conversation earlier. They kind of want, so a couple of people were talking about wanting things like level squishes, which I don't think is necessary. You level up so fast. And they want it to be like in Guild Wars 2, where no matter what area you're in, you level to the area. So, for example, right now I'm in Breland, and that's pretty low level for Miss Medriel, but she would be lowered in level to match the level of the mobs. I don't really like that idea. I mean, it's fine in Guild Wars 2, but I like the way LOTRO does things instead. So I'd prefer not to have to constantly be attacked by mobs no matter where I'm at. But they were also talking about the landscape difficulty. They said that that was a terrible idea. I kind of disagree. I kind of like it. I mean, that means that... Oh, did we find something different? I don't think we found something different. Nope, I found another swift. Okay, let's try one more time here. We'll just kind of move a tiny bit. I don't know, there was pretty much just a lot of complaints going around. And I've collected a wood pigeon. All right, so we've got another one. We're up to 4. It's a ground bird. It's a subclass pigeons, type pigeon, found in the Shire and Breland, habit woods, gardens, and field. Okay. I guess this might be classified as a field then. It's certainly, well, it could be woods too, because we are right close to some wood. I don't know. Let's try a whole different area. So let's go back to Bree. And then we'll fast travel somewhere else. Was Eric Lewin in that list? Let me check. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yes, Eric Lewin is in that list. So we'll head over to Eric Lewin and check. Because I haven't seen anything for Eric Lewin. I've seen Freeland, Shire, Lone Land, which are, that makes sense because they're kind of closely connected to each other. So yeah, it's an interesting idea. I kind of like the fact that there's birds in different regions, but, you know, I'm kind of sad that you don't actually see the birds when you spot them. And I kind of wish it was a little more interactive, and actually so did Gus. He was not that thrilled with the new hobby, let's just put it that way. He said it was very non-interactive, just kind of a very static hobby. Something else that he pointed out is he'd like to be able to sort the birds in the collection by habitat. So, you know, have a sort function. So if you want to see birds just for the woods or field or whatever, you could sort that way. And I think that would be nice. All right, let's go to Cullendom. For me, I would like to see a notation in the collection under each bird for how many times you spotted a bird. That way you can tell at a glance which ones are common or uncommon or rare. So, you know, I know if I've seen a wood pigeon 57 times, then it's probably a pretty common bird. Another thing I think it would be nice is if, like, you spotted a bird, you find something as a reward, like a bird feather. So you can collect the feathers, and then you can use the feathers to turn in at the taxidermist to get little rewards. Like, say you've collected 25 swift feathers. You can turn it into the taxidermist and get a little painting that you can hang on your wall. Or if you've collected 50 of them, you might get like a little statuette or a stuffed version of the bird, again, that you could just place in your house. So you could collect little housing decoration. That would be nice. Or even better, if you collected enough of them, you make a sketch of the bird, again, to use as a housing decoration. Because I noticed that under deeds, we do have deeds for this, and that is under hobbies, So you can see I've started birds of Breland, birds of the Lowlands, and birds of the Shire already. Because we found the swift and the jackdaw, which apparently are both also found in the Lowlands, and the redbreast and the wood pigeon, which are apparently also found in the Shire. But there are no rewards for completing the deed, so would be something I'd like to see. Some little housing decoration, or even a title. Let's see. All right, what did we find? New deed, birds of Ergulen. We have collected a chaffinch. All right, let's go to collections. Filters. Collections. We have a chaffinch. It's a tree class, perching. It's a finch found in the Shire and arid loam, and its habitats are woods, thickets, gardens, and fields. So now we have not stepped foot in the Shire at all yet, and yet we have found 3 birds for the Shire going to other areas. Yeah, very interesting. But I guess arid loam is technically near the Shire. Oh, let's check our map. Okay, so here is arid loam. Hellendam. Yeah, it's across the river from the Shire. I guess, again, that kind of makes sense that you have overlap there. All right, let's find 2 more spots. One on the arid loam side, and then we're going to go to the Thorns Hall side and see if we see anything different there. You know what? This is a pretty spot to look for birds. Let's go here. All right, there's our bird skill. At 2. Looks like it takes about 3 tries. All right. New deeds of birds of Evendom. Black-headed gull. Evendom? What? Wait, what? Oh, no, I guess because Evendom isn't that far away from arid loam either, but I wasn't expecting that. All right, black-headed gull. It's a water bird. Seabird, gull. Found in arid loam and Evendom. Habitat pools, marshes, lakes, and coasts. I guess that does make sense. We are right near the water. Okay, maybe there is something to that whole finding birds in their habitat. I wasn't expecting so much crossover, though. I still really like this area. Eric Lewin, especially the elf side, is very pretty. And I would say the Thorns Hall side is majestic.
How can I be of service?
I'd like to go in Thorns Gate, sir. And I'm wondering, if you have a basic bird watching kit, will we be able to make better ones? That's something else I'd like to find out. Let's see. Heroes of Eriador Reforged, huh? Well, that kidship's a mouthful. I seriously doubt we're going to spot birds up this way, but we're going to try. Oh, the little statues. I wouldn't mind having one of those little statues. Alright. This is a good enough place as any, so stop right here. I noticed that she makes different bird calls too. I'm wondering though, how does she know how to do bird calls? Well, I mean, in her case, I guess that makes sense. She is an elf. But is everybody suddenly an expert at bird calling? Nope, nothing here. Now let's go down a little bit. Maybe over here? Try it one more time. Yeah, is everybody in Middle-earth suddenly going to become an expert at bird calling? That's funny. Okay, what did we spot? Looks like we spotted a duplicate. Yeah, we spotted a black-headed gull. We're nowhere near the coast, are we? Oh, let's see, Thorns Gate. I mean, that one's a stretch. I mean, we are somewhat close to the river, but I don't think we're that close. Not close enough to spot a seabird. Alright. Maybe. Gulls are known to travel pretty far, but still, I'm kind of pressing X to doubt on that one. And of course, that means we're going to do one more. Okay, we collected a Lewin starling. So, let's go to collections. And that is this one. It's a tree bird, perching, starling. Found in Arid Lewin and Evandom. Fields, woods, reeds, and garden. And actually, it's a very pretty bird. Bright yellow with black wings and a bright orange beak. And I'm assuming that they've taken these after real-life birds. And now I'm going to have to look it up and see if these birds actually live in the habitats that they're saying in the book. Now I'm curious. Okay, so it does have that one benefit. It actually does make you interested in birds in general. However, Overall, I can't really rate this hobby too highly. It's interesting. It's certainly different. I like that you find different birds in different regions. Um, the animations while you're doing the bird calling and the looking are nice. But on the other hand, it's not very interactive. You don't actually see the birds. And even though there are deeds for finding birds in each area, there are no rewards for completing the deed. So I kind of have to give it, I don't know, 3 out of 5. And that's probably being generous. Still, you will probably spot Medriel and Miss Marceline occasionally stopping to look for birds. And I think that's probably the biggest thing of this hobby is that you can stop and do it anywhere and it doesn't take too long. But kind of lackluster, and I really do hope they don't drop the ball on this one like they did with fishing, and that they will expand and improve it. However, that is our look at the new hobby birding and my opinions of it. But leave a comment below. What do you think of the new hobby? Is it fine just the way it is? Could they improve it? And what would you like to see? Until next time, bye for now.